All right, that looks like it's it. Hello again, everybody. Let me do something here. Let me bring this up. That did adjust. That camera. Which is fine. Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything with a mouthful of a gummy bear. Cinnamon. Tastes good. We're going to start a few minutes early so that I can end a little early. And today, it's a little bit different than what you normally would see on the channel. This is a Wargaming weekly podcast where I talk about all things gaming. Not just wargaming. We talk about miniature games, card games, board games, role-playing games, computer games, whatever. But mostly miniature games. 99% of it is miniature gaming. Maybe some role-playing. And Charles, looks like you're enjoying some warm weather, but comfortable, 86 degrees. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's been in the 80s here as well. And I think it's overcast right now. But humidity's down, which is good. Now, just so you guys know, I'm planning on organizing my packing list and maybe start some packing. On the camera right there on the side, you can see I've got some Plano boxes there and a bag. There's quite a bit that I want to take with me to this convention. I got a little document right here that I call LOL. Where I'm going to track my or make a list and then check it Friday to make sure I have everything. And again, I might forget something, but if it's not tied down, I'm probably going to forget it. That's why I make a list. I'm a list maker. That's me. I'm Mr. List. I'm Mr. Lister. No. Okay. So some basic stuff is like my wallet, my phone, my keys. Okay, that's pretty obvious, right? We're gonna take that. Now, because I'm going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to take some of my own toiletries, okay, which it's not toilet paper. You know, it's like toothbrush. But part of my toiletries will be my meds, because I don't know if you know this, but I regularly take the medicines. Okay. But right there, that should be my personal bundle right there. Oh, wait, maybe one more thing. Change of cloths. Yeah, because, again, I'm going to be there overnight. 2 nights. But I don't mind wearing the same clothes 2 days in a row. Hell, I'm going to be honest. When I was in the Army, I wore the same clothes for months, you know, and they got dirty. And I still wore them, you know. But that was out of necessity. And if I have an opportunity to shower and change clothes, I'm going to take that opportunity. So there's no reason to be stinking up the place, walking around, without a change of clothes. Okay. So that's my basic, things. Okay, I think I'm gonna bring some monsters. And I don't mean like dragons or Umber Hulks. I'm talking about drinks. I think I'm gonna take some monsters. Maybe in a cooler. See, as I'm going, I'm thinking of things I'm gonna take. Okay, now for the war game itself, I gotta make sure I take my tiles that I spent a whole bunch of time making. Right? We got to make sure we take the rules, which I'm getting ready to pack most of this stuff here in a minute. Right. I'm going to take the rules. Got to bring dice. Got to bring, I say rulers, but really it's tape measures. Maybe some rulers as well. I am going to bring a clipboard. And I might print I think I might do that. Print a sign-up roster. Okay, so I'm going to have to print that. And then with that, bring a pen or pencilios. Okay. German, American miniatures. Okay. Got to bring those. Part of the tiles needs the bocage. Hedges, which that's going to be kind of a no-brainer. If I'm bringing the bocage, I'm obviously bringing the hedges. Got to make sure I'm bringing the buildings. Oh yeah. Sandbag emplacements. Trees. Bridge. Okay, now I say the bridge. It's part of the buildings, but it's in a different spot on my shelf. So I just wanted to make sure I'm going to make sure I bring the bridge. And it's an important part of the scenario. Hey Charles, for some reason, YouTube flagged that message and asked me if I wanted to allow it. Just letting you know. Maybe because of the S.T. But everything else looks good. Oh, good. See, Charles, he's thinking. Keep the list because you never know. I might forget something. Right. Okay. Pen or pencils, miniatures. I got to make sure I bring all the right ones. Planes. There's a couple of planes I still need to flock their bases. I'm going to do all that this week, because we're not leaving until Friday morning. I don't really have any hedges or walls. I'm trying to remember in this scenario. It's all hedges and bocage. And the walls are part of the actual building structures in the town. I know there's more. I'm just trying to visualize. Okay. Hit markers. Okay, which are basically casualty caps, which I use rings. Just loop them over the models. Hit markers and what do they call it? They call it the battle rating chits. Okay. I'm thinking about bringing a bag for the battle rating chits. I have a bunch of bolt action bags. I think I'm going to bring the 101st one that I have. Even though the units in the game are the 82nd, I don't have an 82nd bag. I got 82nd dice. I just don't have the 82nd bag. This is kind of a joke that I tell my D&D players when we're playing face to face, or really any gamers, when we're playing face to face, and like they bring their own dice and they roll them and they're not rolling well. I've never done this, but this is what I tell them I've done. Little white lie. I say, line up all your dice in a row. Take the first one that doesn't roll well and smash it with a hammer so that all the other dice can see and they know what happens to them when they don't roll well. It's called dice training. Okay. Oh, yeah. QRS and mission brief. Because I typed up and printed out some QRSs and some mission briefing. One for the Germans, one for the Americans. Okay. I think that might be all. I was thinking there's going to be a whole lot more. Oh yeah. Camera, tripod, charger. That's for the charger's for the camera, not for the phone. Even though I probably should bring a phone charger as well. Charge were okay. Yeah, the camera, tripod, charger. That way I can set up the camera and have it pointing at the table while we're playing the game, and and then also after the game and before the game, the night before or whatever, I can walk around and take a look at all the other tables and stuff like that. There is something I want to do. Okay, I have one tank in the battle, and there's a card that you can give the players. But what I want to do is make some of these unit cards for the players to help them. Like if they've never played before, the QRS will help them understand the rules. But I also want to give them unit cards that'll help them understand the units that they are commanding. And that's mainly for new players. I mean, people that have played before probably don't care. Okay, I think that's all I need. Now, I won't be able to pack all of this today. But I think I can get the American miniatures, hit markers, and rules and dice and stuff like that. I think I can get most of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that off. I can see it. You guys don't need to see it. I'm not printing it. Not just yet. I think I'm going to turn me off as well. Right. And then I'm going to change the microphone. Okay, so I'm away from the computer, so you might not be able to hear me, or not. That's not what I meant. That's not where I was getting at. I might not be able to see your comments. Okay, now this is some 1/72 scale BS, which I'm going to dump that somewhere. But I have this 1/144 scale P47. I've had this for a long time, but it's not 15 millimeter. This is actually an actual 15 millimeter. Well, you can't see that. But this is actually a 15 millimeter P47, and this is a 1/144 scale P47, and you can see, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can kind of see the scale difference right there. So, but I'll be bringing these, and not this, because you don't get two planes at the same time anyway. And so I'll need to bring 4 planes, a P51, a P47, a 109, and a 190. So once I now I was thinking I was going to put an army in each one of these. Plus, I was thinking about putting tokens and things like that in there, inside there. Okay, let me dig into there. Okay, that's not where I needed to dig into. Shits. Dice. Casualties. Okay. Now I have them already in these tubs, but just for ease of carry, I was thinking I was going to put them into these, and that way this thing will slide into my little carrying bag. These are order dice. There's also a D10 in there. Whoa, that's a D3? Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to need those. I'll come back to them. This is the weirdest looking D3 that I've ever seen. Look at that. Looks like it's weird. It's like a squished D4. Okay, good. I got D10s in there. There is way more dice in this tub than I will ever need in a game of Battle Group. It's just, I like collecting dice. I don't know what it is. But 10 die per side is about all you'll ever need. But I want to start packing some troops. And I can take these out. There's like flock in here. I must have used this to carry troops in the past. Just because I'm a little anal, I'm going to clean a little bit of it out. Okay. I'm going to adjust the camera positioning a little bit. That might be good. Okay. And then I have to kind of remember what units I need. 3 infantry platoons, I know that. Okay, there's 3 infantry platoons. That's, well, 3 squads and the platoon leader. There's going to be 2 mortars, I know that. There's going to be the FO, the sniper. Okay, now let me get another platoon. Looking good. Platoon leader. Okay, maybe I can put the... Okay, and then the 3rd platoon. I know this is super exciting, but it's an aspect of miniature gaming. I have to admit it. Okay, there should be 2 mortar pits. I don't want to put them in there because it looks like it would just tear it up. Tear the figures up. Okay, so there's the Germans. Tons of space. I could always put put these in there to keep them from sliding around. And I will do that. But just to get everything started, I'm putting these, taking all these out. Let's get some Americans. Let's get some Americans. Okay, so Americans, I'm trying to remember, they've got like a weird collection of stuff. They have a light mortar and a bazooka team. Trying to go with just the airborne. right? 12-man squads, if I remember right, with a machine gun in each one. Machine gun, machine gun. That's 3. That's 8. And then 4 and 4. Okay. There's a 2-man. I'm sorry. 2 12-man squads. Got it. And then a 6-man command squad. Okay, so the airborne is done. Now there are glider troops. They have a weapons platoon which has 2 light machine guns and 2 mortars. Okay, that might or might not fit in there. Little rearranging, got that fitting. 2 medics, okay, perfect, got them right there. 2 infantry platoons. Ten-man squads, okay. One. Really? Okay, plus the command element. Okay, so that's 1 platoon. Let's get this other platoon. The shelving paper is kind of sticky. And that's why I've been thinking about changing the shelving paper to actually grass, like a grass texture. It'll still look good. It just won't be sticky like this. Okay, so there's the 2 platoons. Now there should be an FO and a fire support unit, and then there's the, yep, this is it, there's a headquarters squad, and a single tank. I'm going to take that turret off. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. So we got the Americans. Not a whole lot of room in there for the Germans. I mean, there's extra room in there for the Germans, but there's no Germans to put in there. Yeah, there's no Germans needed in there. There's supposed to be 2. Okay, hold on. Okay. In this box, I already have the church some artillery templates, the bridge, some sandbags, okay, I might need to remember to print the map. Okay, that's all the cards and rule books and everything. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to this. When I go to collect the buildings, those are the buildings. These are the trees with the card. Okay, and then this is like all the bocage. And that's extra miniatures, okay. Okay, good. I can just grab all of that. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so let me do this. Mainly so that the figures don't just go sliding around. It's mainly just to help them rolling. Or do like that. I can put one there. Yeah. I really like the way these figures turned out. They with the extra little grass, the bushes on the bases, stuff like that, I think it really makes them look good. Okay, that's about all the trim I want to put on these guys. Okay, so let's put this in the bag. Okay. Yeah, the Germans don't have any vehicles or anything like that, so. And they've got, looks like they've got less figures, which I knew they did, because they're defending. They don't need the same number that the Allies need or the Americans need. the short one, okay. So there are short ones. I was wondering. Okay, that's just to keep them from shuffling too much. Okay, we're making good headway. I didn't want to have to do this last minute, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of show off my, because it's an aspect of wargaming that you have to deal with. You have to transport your stuff, and you got to pack, and you got to. It's not sexy like pushing miniatures and rolling dice. Okay. I think that is a big enough spot. Now, it's probably too big, but I want to be able to reach in and get it. Okay. Now the chits. I was going to bring a bag, wasn't I? Yep, got my 101st bolt action. Oh, what's that? My laser pointer. Oh, I totally forgot that was in here. Okay, well that can go in there. Bag, dice. Dice, bag. No, that's right. This is not going to be a dice bag. This is a chit bag. I didn't, not shit bag, but a chit. A chit bag. Okay. And I made all these chits using like 25 millimeter Litco square bases. Okay, so when I get there, I'll put these in the bag. I'm going to stick the bag in my carrying bag just to make sure I have it with me. There we go. Perfecto. Now, am I going to need all of these dice? No. I already know I don't need all these dice. But I do. Which one is the short one? Is that it? That is it. Okay. We're going to have a D10, a D3, another D10, and okay, the black die with white pips is the 101st. But then there's the OD green. Okay, I'm going to take those black ones out. The OD green is also 101st. It's two different dice companies, if I remember right. I should have some 82nd in here as well. The 82nd is also OD green, right? OD green 82nd dice. So I'm just going to put a bunch of OD green dice for our American brethren. The airborne guys. Just the ODs. And then the black dice with the yellow pips are actually German Fallschirmjägers. which there's something on these dice that I respect. I don't respect what it stands for, or, you know, I don't endorse its philosophy or whatever, but I respect the miniature company, which is Battlefront. I respect them for actually putting a swastika on the dice. I don't like to see history erased. I know that, you know, we don't like the swastika, it's bad, boo-hoo, but it did exist. We can't just say it didn't exist. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Well, that's a good selection of dice. I don't think I need too many dice. All the other the black and white are 82nd. I'm sorry, 101st. And then I've got some British airborne dice in here as well. And then I've got some really low-key tiny dice, which those are my favorite dice. But that's all the dice I need. I don't need it. And then these are the deviation dice. And this is a D3 for those rare occasions you need to roll a D3. Now there is something where I was going to mark units as they received orders, or like when a side rolls their dice to see how many orders they get. Give them a token. I'm just going to go ahead and put a collection of tokens in here. That way if we need them, we'll have them. Okay. And I got some empty spots there. I could put pencils. So hold on. Looking. Okay, maybe I put them on one level lower. Okay. had a ton of pencils over here. I wonder what I did with them. I might have put them in my dice roller. I made some of my own dice trays. I don't know if you knew this, but I built these dice trays, you know, because I'm good like that. And oh, I got some magnets. There's a whole other pack of magnets over here. Sweet, I didn't know that. That's what I get for not looking around. Am I going to bring these? I don't think so. I don't mind people rolling on my table, but I probably will bring this leather flexible dice tray. That I probably will bring. I think I heard someone just pull up. I wonder if it's been raining, because I think I see some water outside. If that's the case, I might need to go throw a tarp over some stuff in the front. Okay, so pencils. Or pens. Man, where did I put them? Oh, I might have put them in. I don't think so, but I might have put them in here. I'm sure if I dig deep enough in this tray over here, I'll probably find pencils. But I'm not feeling it. Like, I don't want to worry about that right now. I might have put all the pencils over with my D&D stuff, actually. Already looked too long. Not going to worry about it. Okay. Okay, let me double check my list. Oh, rulers, yeah. Okay, I'm glad I looked. Okay, there's a clipboard. I'll drop this pen. It's a Warlord Games pen. Put that in there. Put this pen in there as well. Rulers. Okay. Here's my main tape measure. I've got multiple tape measures all scattered throughout my chamber here. But as a referee, this is the tape measure that I use for everything. So let me put that in the dice bag here. Okay, got that out of the way. planes. Okay, hit markers, jets, QRF, camera, tripod, unicorns. Yeah, the buildings and all that stuff are going to be in these boxes here, which I don't think I'm going to put them in a tub. I've got a very large tub that I can empty out temporarily, or even a box. I could take one of my shipping boxes, empty it out, and load it. That way I'm only carrying one thing in at a time, because at the convention site they have these dollies that you can roll around and push. It's a hotel, so they're gonna have like luggage dollies. I actually thought about bringing some rule books and stuff like that to sell. But I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to maybe pass out some cards or just tell them where to go. Okay, so this tray is good to go. Put it in here. Okay. I thought I might be using all these trays. I didn't know what I was going to need. I wound up not needing them. Okay. So this is one bag with the dice, templates, pen, and the dice bag and the ruler over here, or the chit bag and the ruler. This is empty. Should be empty. Double checking. Yep, that's empty. This is empty. And again, see, I could easily put I could put my camera and the charger and the tripod mount in there. That's the charger for the camera. Okay. Camera's good. What do we call this? Ruler and okay. The zipper. Okay. Wanted to be all tough on me. Okay. Don't really need to zip the whole thing up. And then this can be, I don't know what, right? But this leaves enough space, because normally this thing holds like 5 of these trays, or 4 or 5 of these trays. So there's enough space here that I could probably put all my rules and Overlord, Beyond the Beaches, right? The scenario special rules. Okay. Not sure exactly what I've got in here. That's another one of those maps. Market garden, don't need it. Lockdown Rhine, don't need it. All the unit cards for the other units that I'm not using, don't need it. QRSs. Confused on that. Just a blank card. Hey, there we go. More QRSs. And then this is the skirmish campaign book that I got some ideas out of. Okay, but all that stuff I don't need. Rule book? Absolutely. Beyond the Beaches? Yes. Overlord? Definitely. What is this? Maps. That's another thing. I'm going to have to print some maps. Here's a rule book. And here's Overlord. These books are heavy. Yep, there's going to be enough room in there. That's not heavy. Okay, that's good. I was afraid it might be too heavy. Yeah, that's my game setup. Minus the tiles and terrain that go on the tiles. Okay. Okay, so this is definitely not going to be needed. That's good. Okay, those can go in there, maybe. Let's see, will this... Will, nice. I don't think this will fit in there. Well, it does fold a little bit. Maybe it will fit. Okay. Yeah. It's not too much of a hassle to get that in there. It's not being pressed down on. Okay. Perfect. Alright guys, let's move this camera. Actually, I could just disconnect it. How do I want to move this camera? Don't think I want to disconnect it. Yay! Okay. Well, since I opened this monster, let's bring it over here. Alright, so for those of you that are following along with my Napoleonic's progress updates, I just filmed one this morning which included my Lancers, right? So I found that when I'm painting my Napoleonic cavalry, it only takes me 2 days to paint 2 battalions of cav. So in less than 1 week, I did all of Pyre's division. That's right. That's what I said. 2 Lancer battalions and 2 Chasseur battalions. Yeah, so they actually painted up really fast. Okay, hopefully you guys can all hear that. There is a video that I've been wanting to record. I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up. Okay, let's get rid of this packing list. Okay. All right, Charles, I'm back. Just frustrated with poor die rule. Okay, I read all that. Okay, good. All right, Charles. Okay, hopefully you can hear me better now that I'm next to the microphone and all that's good. I've been wanting to do a what's in the box video because you know I do a bunch of what's in the box videos. I open up boxes. I show you what kind of miniatures you get inside. What kind of, like if it's a game or if it's a game supplement, you know, like Hit the Beach or something like that, I will open it up and show you all the figures you get. I'll show you what kind of rule books you get, what kind of dice and cards and, you know, stuff like that, what you get in the box. But I'll specify or specificize the figures, and then I'll zoom in and let you see them up close so you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to buy those. I am very happy with the Chasseurs and the Lancers that I just finished. I am super pleased with that. I ordered quite a large order from Wargames Atlantic on the first, and have not heard anything back from them saying that it's shipped, the order is in process, we've got your order, nothing. So on the 15th, which I guess was yesterday, I sent them an email saying, did you get my order? What's going on? You know, so I'm waiting for a response on that. So when I get these Wargames Atlantic miniatures in, I'll do a bunch of what's in the boxes for those, as well as put them on the channel for sale. I'm getting ready to put an order in for Warlord. And I am going to order some figures that I have not ever had before, which is the Epic. I'm going to order some Epic Cavalry. I'm kind of waiting for the Guard Cavalry to come out, because right now it's a pre-order, and I've had some tribulations with ordering from let me rephrase that, pre-ordering from Warlord. But now I've got a new rep, so maybe I should give him a chance. I don't know. But I'm holding off on that till after the convention, because I don't want to tie up all my money in these orders when something at the convention might spark my fancy, and I might want that. Okay, but I got this in about a month ago. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. I want to review this little kit here that I bought. It is, this kit, it's pretty outstanding. It's nothing but files, okay? Now I've got a small set of files. This might even be it right here. Yeah, I bought these these files a long time ago, project source 6-piece file set. You can see that I would take these files out and then I would file off the bottom of miniatures or whatever. Okay, that's nice, but it's not what I want. Okay, let's put that over there as well. That's why I went ahead and ordered this set. And why? Because of one file. I ordered another file, an individual file, a single file, that is also included in this set. At the same time, I've had this for a month, and that other file has still not shown up. I'm going to have to cancel that order. I'm going to have to go in and get a refund or something. I give up on it. Mainly because this file set does everything I need it to do, and I don't need that individual file. Even though it's diamond file and all that, it's really fancy, but this file does. That single file was like $10, where this file set was like $20. And now let me show you what's in this. I am going to do a what's in the box. You're just getting a preview of a what's in the box. Okay. Look at all these files. Look at these files. And a cleaning brush. So I can take the file. This is the one I use 99% of the time. It is flat and extremely wide. That was my goal. I didn't want a file that was this wide to do 28 millimeter miniatures or whatever. I needed some, or horses. I needed some big files. And then you can go in and you can clean the files off with this brush, which is included. Super good. Okay, so what files do you get? Well, you get a round file, 360 degree round. You get a triangle file, with triangle all the way around. You get a flat and round, like a curved file. And these are the big files. These are the ones that I wanted. I wanted to kind of get away from the tiny files. But if I've got a figure and I glue an arm on, and this is, let's say this is the torso, and this is the arm, shoulder, and I glue it on, and it goes like that, there's going to be this little section right here that needs to be corrected. So then I could take one of these tiny files, get up there and go and get that so that the arm kind of blends with the shoulder, right? And you got a little bitty round one, a little bitty triangle, kind of a wide flat, a narrow, a flat with a, it's got like a side file. This set is just super awesome for minor, for little bitty details. But that's not why I got it. Like I said, I didn't really care about the little bitty details. I mainly got it for that one file right there. This one would work well as well. But this one file, because I want to do underside of the bulky metal models that have those really horrible sprues or mold lines, or you got to get in there with an X-Acto knife and shave it down. Well, I shave it down, but when it gets close, then I take this file to it, and then it'll lay flat on the table. I do that with all my Napoleonic cavalry, my 15 millimeters. my 15 millimeter infantry, I do that as well. I just grab a miniature and I go on here. The file doesn't move. The figure moves on the file. Or, and then, normally what I'll do is I'll have the file and I'll sit it on the table like this, and then I'll scrub it, and underneath it I'll have a trash can so that as the file flakes come off, it'll fall into the trash can. And then whatever doesn't fall in the trash can, I'll make go in the trash can, with the... Yeah, this is an awesome set. I still have the box. I've been saving the box because I wanted to show you exactly how it came, what the cost was, and all that. So yeah, we're gonna do a what's in the box on this, maybe this week. I've got some 101st Old Glory 28 millimeter Pathfinders, and the bottoms of their bases are not very straight. So I was gonna kind of show off the effectiveness of that file on those figures. That's part of the what's in the box. Now I've already done a what's in the bag for those Old Glory West Wind 28 millimeter 101st Pathfinders. That's already uploaded on YouTube, and you can go take a look at them right now. But when I do the file what's in the box, I'll be using those figures as my baseline to set it up. Okay, something else I want to point out that I've been using soft tone for a long time, right? I've been using soft tone, and then I was using something called, I don't have it out here. Yeah, I think I got rid of it, or I put it back on the shelf. It was called Quick Shade Wash Mixing Medium, which basically you take this and a few drops of the wash mixing medium, and it allows the wash to spread out even more. But what I found was it made the wash stickier, which means it didn't flow into the cracks and crevices. It kind of stuck to the model a lot like a paint instead of a wash. So I've been struggling, and that's why I've been using soft, sometimes even the light tone, with that mixing medium, thinking that it was going to thin it out. It does thin it out, but it just makes it sticky. So it's almost like it becomes a glaze. And I didn't want that. So I've been exploring and experimenting with various chemical compounds. And I came across this Liquitex Flow Aid additive. Okay, so this is an additive which lets you know this is a concentrate. It should say concentrate on there. But on the box or the bottle, it says a 1 in 20, 1 part Flow Aid to 20 parts water. Okay, and so I've got these other bottles. This is pure Flow Aid, but I've got these other bottles that I mix my Flow Aid and water. It says 1 in 20. I even wrote it on the top of the bottle so I would remember. But what I've been doing is not 1 in 20, because I think that is too thin. It's too much water is what I'm saying. I made a 1 in 10 concoction, which is this one. It's a 10 to 1, right? So it's 10 drops of water, actually 100 drops of water, and 10 drops of Flow Aid. So it's a 10 to 1. So that is, and you can see all the bubbles now that I shook it up. That is for me, it winds up being a fairly good mix. And I tried it with the soft tone. Works perfect, right? But the soft tone is too soft. You can see right there that it's too brown. So I've been using strong tone, which you can see the difference. This is a little bit blacker, a little bit darker brown. It's not dark tone because there is a wash called dark tone, which is black. This one is just shy of black, but the strong tone with the flow aid, oh my gosh, it's like I've uncovered the secrets of the universe, because it doesn't ruin your paint job. So it goes on the model and then it runs off of your model and settles into all the corners. So it does exactly what I want it to do. It enhances it black lines everything. It makes, it does what I think a wash should do. It darkens the cracks and the crevices and doesn't ruin the raised areas. It runs off of it. This makes this kind of watery, right? Even though it's 10 points water to 1 point flow aid, so that would be understandable. But what I do is I put about 4 drops of this to 1 drop of this. Or, depending, like 20 to 5 or 40 to 10 or whatever. It's 4 to 1. And when I do 4 to 1, I put it on the model. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. It is done. Okay. So I've made about 3 bottles of this. I've created 3 bottles of mixture. And I've gone through hundreds and hundreds of miniatures. Because remember, I'm doing 10 drop or I'm doing 4 drops of this to only 1 drop of this. Looking at this bottle, this is the only bottle I've owned. I've not bought a second one of these. You can see the level. It's still up to the top. This is going to last me a few years, right? This was like a $5 or a $10 bottle. Let's just exaggerate and say it was a $15 bottle. I know it wasn't, but let's just say it was. And a bottle of this strong tone is about $3 to $4, and the quick shade washing medium is also about $3 to $4. So you can compare 3 bottles of this, or I'm sorry, $3 bottle of this to that would be 5 bottles of this, right? So not this, the Quick Shade Wash Mixing Medium by Army Painter. 5 bottles would be the same price as if you bought 1 bottle of Liquitex. And it's too sticky. So it's almost like don't do it anyway because it's not as effective. And that's already been 3 bottles and I've only used this much. So this has got, I'm just gonna guess now, 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. This has got at least 12 bottles of this for the cost of 5 bottles of that. So it's just way better. And plus it's it's Liquitex. You got to trust them. They know what they're doing. Okay, now I might try with some dark tone, just the black ink wash, just to see if it works. Or I might just try, not the oiled earth, this dark gray Vallejo. I might try this with the Flow Aid and just see how it looks. Maybe on a tank or something. Just to experiment. I'm always experimenting. Okay, so now we're gonna get out of miniatures, right? I'm gonna turn this camera off. We're gonna switch cameras. Bear with me. Come on, bear with me. Let's turn the Brio off, which is that. Let's turn on that one. Let's unplug the Brio. Whoa, that's right. That's right. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way temporarily. I'm not going to actually put it away. Just trying to get it out of the way. That makes sense. All right, guys. We are, or I am, getting ready to start. Turn this light off. I'm getting ready to start a new gaming, a new D&D game. That's what I meant. I'm using Roll20. We're starting a new D&D game. It is what's the word I'm looking for? It's the Greek, ancient Greece. So what does that mean? Well, that means that it's Earth, because it's Greece. It's in the ancient times, which it's going to be in the Bronze Age, but borderline Iron Age, but still early, before Hercules, before Jason and the Argonauts, all that. It's going to be, I'm thinking 500, maybe 400 BC. But that's not set in stone. I'm not trying to follow history with my D&D game. I'm trying to use history as a guideline. So the players are not going to be, penalized by because they already know Greek history or whatever. That's not going to be like, oh, well, on this day, this king was born. No, I'm making my own history, basically. Let me... Okay, I don't have a... I think I'm going to switch to a different... There we go. That'll work. Let me, no, actually, I don't know if it will work. Let's get rid of the Greek map. Oh, that's why. All right, there we go. Yeah, it was still locked in on the old game. Okay, so let me take this. Camera. Yeah, I'll get that all fixed at some point. But basically, there we go. But basically, this is a Roll20. This is for rolling dice and moving miniatures around the table and stuff like that. Right. And then, of course, there's this. And you can't see anything over here because there's nothing typed up. Okay, so, but when I drop this down... Oh, that's a landing page. Let's go to Bruce. Yeah, we're going to be playing in this little section right here. It's mainly because it fits in with the story I'm getting ready to tell. Down here, now, of course, there's mythological creatures and stuff like that. So I'm going to change history, obviously. I mean, mythological creatures, they talked about the Chimera and the Hydra and the, the Minotaur and the Satyr. And there's all these mythological creatures that, because it's D&D, is going to be in the game, right? So they will exist. But on the other hand, like Sparta and Corinth and like Athens and Thebes, and even if you go all the way up to Mount Olympus, and those all exist in the game as well. So there's going to be a crossover between reality and fantasy. But as my game, I am trying to focus, or I should say, maybe not focus, but I'm trying to keep it as mundane. Okay, that's a good word. I'm trying to keep it as mundane as possible and trying not to overwhelm the world with mythological creatures. So I'm not going to have elves walking around everywhere. Dwarves are not going to be walking around everywhere. There's not going to be dragons around every corner. And no, it's going to be mostly humans. But that doesn't mean the players can't play these other races if they want. They can, but there's going to be racism. So, I mean, Greece was probably the most progressive of the ancient world. So they would have, it would be very subtle racism. It would be more nationalism. It wouldn't be, I mean, men were sleeping with men, and, you know, they would consider a centaur a creature to be civilized. You know, maybe not a minotaur, but a centaur might be civilized. And satyrs, they consider them to be not. Think of a satyr like you would think of a halfling. They would consider them to be tricksters, maybe sex maniacs, or maybe they're always trying to have a good time, party, stuff like that. Okay, so from this section of the map that I cut out, I actually took a Google Earth, or maybe it was, yeah, it might have been Google Earth, to get my regional map. Okay, it's going to take a second to load apparently. What is going on here? Regional. Why is it black? Hopefully I didn't delete my page. I know I didn't, but you know, where's my map? What the heck? Okay, like this is like one of the city maps. But I spent all this, I have it saved on my computer. I'll just have to re-drag it over. Line it up. Yeah, I'm on the map layer. I don't see it anywhere. Okay, that's me selecting these. Okay. Well, let's see if I can fix this. Dang. I was messing around with it this morning, but I did not check. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Rejoin as a player, which basically refreshes the game. This is where the players would land to make their characters, right? And then rejoin as the game master. There it is. What the hell? Where did my map go? Okay. Well, well, there it is. Okay, so I took a Google map and the hexes haven't been adjusted. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay, that's right. Never mind. That is correct. Each of these hexes will represent about 3 miles approximately, and players will be allowed to move 8 hexes a day, pretty much. 6 if they go cautiously or if they get into an encounter, or 10 if they hurry and avoid being cautious. These little red dots are known ruins, and but I don't know if they're supposed to know about these ruins, but that's okay. They're going to be, this is a player token that I can move around on the map, and then this is like the starting city. Now remember Elias and Leprium. Okay, just remember those. Ellis, Leprium, the coastline. Yep, that's where they're at. Yeah, this is great. And then there's so I don't mean to be showing off, you know, like anything that might be a spoiler. I'm trying to avoid that. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're going to be playing this on Wednesday nights, starting at 7 Central, for about 4 hours every Wednesday. And the players will be adventuring and going on quests and maybe being interfered with by the gods, because the gods are very prominent in Greek culture. There is provinces like Messenia, Laconia, Arcadia, Argolis, Elis, Achaia, Attica, Boeotia, you know, etc., right? Well, this area right in here is part of the, even though Elis is in the upper corner, I'm going to basically everywhere in this area is Arcadia. And so a lot of the story says blah 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 Arcadia, or blah 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 Arcadia, and that's what they're talking about. But they spell it with a K because that's, I don't know. Now he's got a trident on his back, so that probably means he's from that town that's not on the map. It's like right there. Ithia, because Ithia has a trident as its yeah, right there. See, that's its shield. The hoplites, the hoplon. Yeah, this is a fairly large town, as you can see. Yeah, I'm excited for this campaign. If you're excited for Greek culture and D&D, you should come check it out. Otherwise, that's really all I had to do today, or say today. I knew I was going to be ending this video a little early, guys. Thank you for coming out and checking it out. Be sure to look for my Napoleonic project update, which will be coming out probably tonight with the Lancers in it. I also mentioned the washes on that as well. And that'll probably be the last update for my Napoleonic project until I get back from the convention this weekend. If you're at NashCon, come see me. I'll be there. I'll be running a game Saturday morning. I think it's table 8. Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a good day, and I'll catch you next week before the D&D game, because we'll have another session on Tuesday. The game is on Wednesday. Should be fun. All right. I'm going to let you go.